Alrighty. So it is our third session of the Tales of Telomere, and I have started recording. And you guys have left off. You woke up and decided you would go about town early in the morning. You discovered that the blacksmith was closed. Then you guys wanted to go over to the Humboldt Manor, but unfortunately you ran into Layla Napson. She's a scholar. Y'all went over to Monsieur's Books Emporium, and y'all bought, kinda, some books. The blacksmith was still closed after that, so you guys went to the Cloth Butterfly, where you met a half-elf man named Alphonse. And Alphonse gave out some heirlooms to Luciano, Helio, and Cole. Maya and Mercer, you guys bought some magic clothes, and your heirlooms are actually hidden in the bag. Can't take those back, sorry, no receipts. Then y'all interrogated the blacksmith apprentice Dorian. He said that he went for a walk to a picnic area past the graveyard, repeated those things. Then y'all returned to the inn, and later that day you messed with some heirlooms. Now, from where you guys left off, it was about midday, and I know you guys wanted to take a picnic and then go out there. Did you guys want to wait for the day after, or do that later that night?
Zoza has no idea what's going on.
You do not have any idea what is going on, correct?
He's been getting harassed by birds all morning.
Well, I feel like if I lost my train of thought. I feel like if people have been kind of losing their mind at that place, it's probably not a good idea to go there at night. Plus, it's also a graveyard, so.
I see nothing wrong with both these things.
Graveyards at night aren't the best idea.
Yeah, I'm very, very much in favor of not going when it's.
I think time of day makes no difference to the dead.
I mean, it kinda does. Because it's a lot creepier at night. You can pick off unsuspecting prey. However, Zosa,
But that is a problem for the living.
That's true. It is about noontime, so like it almost is 12 o'clock. The lunch rush is kind of coming into the tavern when our group of not quite heroes turns up and sees Zosa, chilling in the corner with two birds looking down at him. Misfits. Heroic misfits. Actually, y'all aren't even heroic, so it's just misfits, yeah.
We'll start a band.
I think that's trademarked.
Not in this universe.
Yeah, I just look up and just kind of see them all walk in and nod and see what's going on.
Those birds harassing you. Nobody's gonna save you.
That's in my morning. I mean, just fucking birds, man.
I'll be back in just 1 second.
And here I thought you were gonna kick us off.
Well, they're all like standing in the doorway, and I'm like, I'm not an outgoing person.
Okay, so
Is it
Luciano is going to come over.
As soon as Luciana goes over, Merce is also going to go over and just flop down in whatever chair.
Is it afternoon yet? Afternoon.
By this time, Zosa, you would have already had like some kind of brunch or lunch brought over to you.
Probably would have been brunch, yeah. More options for the more cringe.
Hey, I don't know your diet. Which is weird. The
That's
DM
fair.
should.
Lots of poultry.
The birds, don't like that.
What are the birds actually doing?
Just kind of perched overhead, glaring down at Zosa. It's not like one of those, angry glares or intimidating glares. It's like, we're watching you. You know why we're watching you. And we want to see what you're gonna do with that information.
Zosa, you got a little bit of a bird thing going on
It's been my morning.
Yep.
They won't stop with the eyes.
They're probably hungry.
It doesn't help that, I enjoy chicken and birds of multiple species. And as I say, I'm just like staring up.
That's not a particularly nice way to make friends with a bird.
Red is just kind of staring down at Zosa, whereas Indigo looks over to Cole and just kind of bobs his head. Ah,
Kind of
Eva.
shrugging. They seem to know my intent, so I don't think they mind too much.
I guess Cole's gonna bob his head back, not really knowing how to deal with birds.
Cole's never seen a fucking bird, apparently.
To
I
be
don't know.
fair, you can see a lot of birds, but how often do you interact with birds on a sentient level?
Fair.
Exactly.
Also, didn't know about the eggshell thing. That's kind of strange.
Eggshell thing?
Voice text. Huh. That's crazy. Well, so Indigo's just like bobbing his head back. Red kind of just smacks him, and Indigo flies away. And Red flies away, kind of laughing. Uh, that being said, it's still about noontime. Are you guys gonna just sit there and have lunch?
Well, it could be a good plan to take lunch out to that cemetery. Well, not the cemetery itself, but, where the blacksmith's apprentice went.
What cemetery?
So, the blacksmith's apprentice, that. Were you there with us when we went and talked to that kid? I think you were.
I've been here all morning.
No, the other day when we heard about him. But
I was not. If I was there, I wasn't. I wasn't.
well, apparently,
I in fact was not there. Even if Zoza was, I was not.
wait. No, I was talking about the day that we first got into town. Or like,
This information would not have come out for Zosa to pay attention to.
oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I'm stupid.
I also forgot y'all are gonna picnic, so you know.
Well, the blacksmith's apprentice is one of the people that went up and disappeared, and then came back kind of weird. A few of us went over to go talk to the kid. He said he went on a day picnic somewhere past the old cemetery. So, it's in a cemetery, figure something screwy's going on.
Yeah, so we're gonna go picnic and figure out what's the best way to do.
Stab some assholes if they attack us. The usual.
Yep.
Well, the latter I can do much better than the sooner, so count me.
What should we bring on this picnic as far as food goes?
Probably just like a standard lunch, I would guess. Something that's easy to like pack up and take.
Cold meats. I don't know.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches sound good.
Do sandwiches exist in this universe?
Can we invent sandwiches?
Sandwiches exist, and no, you can't invent them because they've already been invented because they exist.
Dang. Alright, then I'm gonna walk up to, I guess, the bar server person at the bar, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask if maybe they can whip up some to-go lunches for the 5 of us.
The bar server person for today is Juliet. So Juliet will gladly take your order, and soon enough Jules runs out a picnic basket for you guys. And in the top of the picnic basket is a little smiley face on a card, and it says, "Hope you all enjoy."
Oh, she's one of those servers. Okay.
That's so sweet.
That makes
That's pretty damn adorable.
Hey, the twins kinda, appreciate their customers, especially when they're coming in loaded with cash. Remember whose tab you're on.
I certainly didn't forget.
totally not at all.
Alright, gang, let's go pick some Nick.
Who is this Nick, and why are we picking him?
He's a traitor and a thief.
Ah, murdering him. Got it.
Poor
What the hell is
Nick.
Knack?
There's a lot of things happening right now. I am very concerned with, the mental state of this party.
I think most of us are just being jackasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eh?
Well, you guys have headed out from the Golden Beak. You go through the center square, and everybody make a perception, please. Where's my list?
1. 31.
That's a whole ass 9.
Okay, there's a statue in the middle of the square that you guys have seen before, and it is still there. Cole, you notice that there's something other than a statue. There are people in the square, And as you guys are walking by, Cole, what you notice is that mousy-haired girl is in the square reading by the statue. But as she's just getting packed up to leave, a woman in pink comes by and talks to Miss Layla. And you can see Layla kind of look a little bit upset. Then it goes to interest, and then a quick nod, and she gets up and she's quickly on her way.
Huh.
Maya, you
There she
recognize
goes.
this person. Other than that, nothing interesting is going on in the square besides people. So, you guys can continue on.
With that perception check, I'm looking for snakes, right? Some kind of like small game. And
Perception with disadvantage. Because right now you're in a town, there's not exactly a lot of wildlife around.
well, it was more of like a going forward that kind of perception check. Like I'm probably just gonna be like staring at the ground, like, huh.
Oh, I get it. You're too distracted.
Eyelashes.
I want scaly friends. Leave me alone.
So, Zosa's looking for scaly friends. Luciano has eyelashes. Maya notices that she's albino. Mercer's having a great day. Cole's actually being productive. And Helio's a flower.
But if you still want that perception check with disadvantage, that's gonna be a 12.
Okay, well, you did find a snake. It's one of those little garter snakes.
He is mine now. He is my friend.
Did you want to go up to the snake?
I mean, subtly, and also casting animal friendship.
Okay, is there a check for, animal friendship?
It's a wisdom save.
Are you fucking... I have to look up a fucking snake for this? You know what? Fuck it. It was a 2 anyways. It doesn't matter. Snake's your friend. It's a fucking 2!
I have a scaly friend now.
Okay, so the snake likes you and decides it would crawl up your arm and just kind of, sticks by your neck there. And like, if anybody
I'm
else
just kind
could
of
tell,
like as I'm walking, it's like he's like wrapping around like my hand, like wrist, like all forearms, something like.
okay, yeah, that works. That works. So nobody notices that Zosa now has a snake. Except for Cole. You saw that Zosa now has a snake.
I like your worm.
Worm.
Worm?
You know
No.
what I mean.
This scaled beauty is a snake, not a worm.
Oh, yes, he is.
Snakes are just worms with heads. I thought I made things enough. I mean, snakes are just worms with heads.
Zosa just glares and just kind of like goes back to just like petting the snake that's wrapped around. And then just keeps walking.
Well, after the snake debacle, you guys have walked.
You're welcome.
You guys have walked past the merchant kind of district, the trade district, and are going down the lane towards the cemetery. And up ahead in front of you is these big, like, beautiful arch with angels, like, carved into stone. And it just says White Grove Cemetery. Beyond, you can see, like, a whole bunch of headstones towards the west side, kind of like your traditional grave markers and headstones, and more for the general people, people that don't have exactly a lot of money or anything like that. And towards the east side are more of the stone markers and the monuments, and towards the back you can see a couple of mausoleums and other kind of crypts and stuff like that. So lots of money on the east side. There's big
East side?
wrought iron fences connecting against the Humboldt Manor. The hedge line comes right up to the fence, so there's almost no unsightliness coming through that you see. So pretty much that section is blocked off from view. And the wrought iron fence goes all the way around the cemetery. Other than that, that's all you see.
For prosperity's sake, what kind of terrain would this count as?
Well, it's not forest. Oh my god, if only King were here.
Is this a forest?
It's not a forest. But I'd say we'd still be on like a grassy terrain.
Fucking alright. Grasslands are my
However, that's only here. Remember, you're surrounded by an actual forest.
Yeah. But the way you described, like, I feel like this wouldn't count as a forest, would it?
No.
Continue.
There's a joke about a forest in another campaign, though. Anyways, so you guys have come up to the edge of White Grove from the west side. So, where do you guys want to go from here? If you were to look on the map, you would be just right there at the edge of the graveyard. Like, there's not much you can do around there. You can go through it, you can go around it, but that's about it.
About how many like graves are actually like close to us, or there that we?
That you can what?
How many graves can we see?
Oh, grave markers and stones and stuff on the west side. Because they're really low and some are even in the ground, you can see like a good 30, 40. Just because it goes back far enough, and that's about as much as your eyes can see without stuff getting in the way. Like trees and shit. But the nicer markers and stuff, 10 on the east side, and you can see maybe 2 mausoleums in the back.
We should go past the graveyard like the guy said, and then set up a picnic.
Seems that is the intent of this outing, so might
As nice as the graveyard is.
As we're walking through towards the end, Cole wants to look around and see if he can recognize any of the names on the tombstones.
Are you guys actually going through the graveyard?
Is that the fastest way to get where we're going?
That would be.
then yes.
I don't see why not. It's daylight.
All right. Cole, investigation. Everyone, what's your passive perception?
How do you do passive again?
It's going to be a 12.
10 plus the perception mod. 12. Okay. Go ahead.
14.
Jesus fucking Christ. Go ahead and type it into text chat. Or voice text. What the fuck?
At least I think. If you're proficient in perception, do you add that to your passive? I think you do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then 14.
We investigating some shit.
We are not observant.
Okay. So let me get this straight. What is your Jesus fucking Christ, what do I do with this? Helio, so while you're walking, you notice that everybody's kind of looking around, but it's a little darker in here than you think it really should be, considering there's no real tree cover or anything like that. It's pretty open. I mean, there's one or two scattered about here and there, but yeah, it's a little darker than it feels like it should be, even with as gloomy as White Oak is. You see Cole is going about his business, kind of like looking at each of the names as they go by. And clouds start to like come overhead the further down through the cemetery you go. Eventually, you're about halfway through where Cole stops dead in his tracks. Cole, you recognize a name on there. And the name has meaning to you, but off the top of your head, you do not know what the meaning is. But it is familiar.
All right. What is the name?
I'm actually typing it up for you.
That grave's name is Albert Einstein.
That name is not where you think it would be. It is on a normal headstone.
Okay, Cole's just gonna look at it for a minute in that case, but he's not gonna call the group's attention to it. Probably not worth their time.
Alrighty. So the group continues about halfway through the cemetery. The the sky kind of just darkens a little bit, almost as if it's actually getting closer to twilight. I mean, y'all obviously know that I don't know, 20, 30 minutes took you to walk all the way over there. This is not twilight time.
That's Twilight Town.
It's more like the Twilight Zone, really.
Is it getting dark or is it just me?
No, it's definitely getting darker.
Pop, pop.
I would say it's definitely not normal to get this.
That could be both good and bad.
I'm gonna take a leap and say it's probably bad.
Well, no, I mean, it could be good. It could be what we're looking for.
And every bad thing has its optimal outcome that can.
Silver lining or whatever.
Well, it's good if we found what we're looking for, but what we're looking for is inherently bad.
But wait, what is lined with silver? I don't see anything.
Perception. Everybody.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about his comment.
I was
No,
too.
just everybody roll perception. Although, I do like that. I do like that comment, though.
Yeah,
That's
a
that
decent
one.
roll. Luciano goes blind.
His perception rolls are always bad, plus he has a negative modifier, so he just never sees any.
Dirty 20.
Jesus.
My boy is blind.
No, Luciano is blind. You're fine.
I see everything.
Okay, so Luciano, you see that maybe in some, other time in your life you might have had like a good time at a picnic, but this is probably not the picnic you want to be in, and then you think about how you really don't want to dirty your clothes or anything like that, because frankly, your clothes are quite nice. Mercer, you have noticed that you are...
Oh shit, guys, did we bring a picnic blanket?
Oh my fucking...
That's Luciano's thought right now. Did we bring a picnic blanket?
That is very Luciano of him. Mercer, you noticed that you are standing with your kinda sorta friends. They're not really your friends. Maybe they are. I don't know. That's for Mercer to ponder. Helio, it is quite dark. It's quite dark out, and you actually don't know at which point it got this dark. It's hitting about that twilight part, almost going closer to night, and when you turn around and look around, it almost looks like the sky and the clouds are closer to the ground than you would normally think they would be. It just feels very like everything's closer.
So, okay. The world has been compressed.
Yep, you're starting to feel a little bit like Jebedo. Zosa, you've sensed the same thing, but with the help of your snake friend. Your snake kind of just is scurrying around your arms, looking a little bit more agitated, which cues you in to look where the snake is supposedly running from, the direction it doesn't want to be in, which is closer towards the northeast of White Grove, which is just coincidentally where all the higher higher class graves and the mausoleums and shit are in that direction. Cole, you are also noticing Zosa's very intent on his snake friend, or as you would call it, the scaly worm. But you also
Oh,
notice.
and I would like to point out that as soon as like that's all going on, I'm realizing it and looking. My free hand is going straight like onto my hilt.
Perfect. Cole, you feel like a really uneasy sense of dread. And when you turn around, you don't actually see the gate where you guys came in from.
Guys, something is big not right.
You don't say.
Something
Yeah,
is
it's
wrong.
dark.
No. Like, turn around. Where's the gate?
There's more to this than you can tell.
This is bad. Whatever is going on, something is wrong. Like, more wrong than I think we were thinking.
Did we just walk into a trap like a bunch of morons?
It is possible.
Question is, what do we do about it?
What does any adventuring group do about a trap? Headbutt it till.
Well, I mean, it's dark and the door is gone, but nothing's happening just yet.
And then it happened.
And that's when they
So-
knew they fucked up.
So the gate is behind us, but my snake friend is scurrying away from a point ahead of us or to our right-ish.
Okay, so currently you're in the center of the graveyard. North is leaving out of White Grove. East is towards Humboldt Manor. South is from where you kind of came, and west is just outside of White Grove. So your snake friend is running from Humboldt Manor. So your snake friend's trying to leave White Grove, essentially.
This has something to do with the matter.
Perception with disadvantage. Everyone. Except for Mercer. Wait. Never mind, how many of you fuckers have dark vision?
Helio does.
I do.
Yep.
Oh, why did I fucking ask? Okay, nobody takes disadvantage. Just regular, then, I guess, because y'all bitches always have fucking dark vision. Just regular goddamn perception.
Is it dim or is it dark?
I'm wanting specifically dark vision, not low light.
Well, I was asking because like there's still a level like if it's dark as shit out, then we can still only kind of see.
There's a reason I asked for dark vision, not low light vision, so fucking roll. Jesus.
I actually got a good one for once.
Yeah, everybody's rolling shit, and Luciano's like, don't worry, bitches, I got this.
The eye patch is screwing him up.
I got a synthetic 20, man.
I'm just excited by the fact that if you had us still rolling disadvantage, I wouldn't have had a nat 20. I would have had like a 5.
Ow. Nice. Okay, so Cole and Mercer, you guys feel like a chill. It's kind of cold. You're like, where the hell did this wind come from? Helio, Luciano and Zosa, you three are coming together, like almost backing up into each other. The other two completely do not realize what you guys are doing, but you guys are backing up into each other, kind of taking 3 points. Um, y'all don't even realize where you are. Okay? You're standing there, and all you see is like this. You feel this oncoming dread grip your heart. And all three, simultaneously, you see something in your respective directions. It's just a faint little glowing light. In, I'm gonna say, the north, the southwest, and the southeast.
I have light.
Like a ball of light?
It is like, yeah, kind of like a little ball of light. All
Are we
three of you,
talking like a ghostly orb or like a will-o'-the-wisp?
all three of you, roll wisdom saves.
Oh no. Are these fucking aliens?
Oh my god. Oh man.
This is going fantastically. They're walking right into our trap.
Okay, you guys just feel like you're being watched, even though there's just these weird three orbs of light. Just a really very soft blue light. It's quite pretty. Maybe somebody left like a torch or like some kind of, magical enchanted item or something out here. You don't know. But, it doesn't seem very menacing. It's nice to have light out, even though it looks like it's about 8 p.m.
Yes, the distrustful one of people is going to be like, yeah, someone just left a magic item out here and it's just glowing. That's fine. Yeah, that's
Helio's not
Cool.
trusting like that. Oh, sorry.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, Helio's not trusting like that. He's not going to do much, but he is going to take a small vial of red liquid from his pocket and just hold on to it.
Cole is going to go ahead and pull out his Lyra, and he's going to cast Mage Hand to try and touch it from a distance.
Bold of you to assume that Mage Hand would work.
I
This.
mean, it's always worth a try.
Oh yeah, no, it's always worth a try. The hand flies forward and it just kind of hovers close to this orb, and it just passes through the orb.
Okay, it's definitely light.
Luciano's gonna back away from his light.
Aren't we standing like in a triangle? So you're backing into one of us.
He doesn't know that.
You
So
bump
who does
into
he bump?
someone.
I was going to say he'd find out real fast.
Yep. His instinct is always run away. So he
But
backs
which
up.
one of us does he bump into?
According to my die, he bumps into Helio.
Yeah, he's not gonna react. He's still just watching this light.
Oh, oops, sorry.
You're fine.
Definitely would have been grabbed by the face. Just bump into me, grab my face.
All right, so what do you guys want to do from here?
I'm going to pull my weapons and just kind of get like a real good sense of my surrounding.
Roll survival.
We agreed that this area counted as like grassland, right?
Yep. Like, it's not urban enough to be urban, it's not foresty enough to be forest.
That's gonna be a 27.
Jesus. Yeah, you can take the surroundings into account. You do note that there's actually a couple of grave markers nearby, on the ground that you didn't see that, somebody might trip over. So you have like all kind of layout mapped out for yourself mentally.
Tactical strategic data.
Yeah. You can also tell that currently you're about 120 feet from the gate leading out of White Grove. You can't see the gate that brought you in to the graveyard, though.
Is that the only gate that I can see?
It's the only gate you can see. And you are approximately 70 feet from the line of mausoleums.
There's only one gate out of here, and I don't trust it.
Luciano, go ahead and roll to attack. The rock sails over it. You missed by quite a bit there. Um, so the rock just kind of sails over it. You can hear it like click against like a grave marker and into the grass kind of thing. You really didn't. You didn't even get close, man.
We either go for the mausoleums or go for the gate. We need to do something.
I think first Helio was going to like walk a little bit, like probably only 5 feet closer to the light to see how it reacts.
All right, you've got 5 seconds to make your move here.
Wait, me?
All of y'all, figure out what you're gonna do. You got 3 seconds now.
I'm moving towards the gate, but like apprehensive.
I'm gonna go towards the mausoleums.
I think
The
he'd
gate.
also go toward. Yeah, Helio would
Because
also go.
so far, not much has happened, and I kind of want to figure this out so I can get paid.
Um, I'm just gonna draw one of my daggers and stick with the larger group.
So that was gate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to the gate except Luciana.
Welp.
Alright, so there is one wisp between you guys and the far gate, and there's another one. Not exactly. Okay, so yeah, there's one directly between the gate and you guys, and the other two are more towards behind y'all, but they're not blocking off the way to the mausoleum. So if that's how it is, then I want everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
Where'd my paper go?
Before initiative, does it look like a creature, or is it still like a creature of light, or does it still just look like a fucking light?
Looks like a light. For now. Oh, wow, they suck. Okay.
Rip for Helio.
Taylor, can you do the count for me, please?
Wait, what? Oh, I gotcha.
Where are my little...
Is the 23 Luciana's initiative?
Yes, it is.
Alright.
Damn. Actually, I'm just gonna...
Okay, that should be for us.
Alrighty. So, in this order, since you guys were prepared for the oncoming onslaught, then we're gonna go to the top of the round to Luciano. What are you gonna do with the wisps?
Well, I don't have many options, so I'm just gonna attack it with my sword.
You slash that light.
As a heads up, you are still... I want to say somewhere... I can't
Oh, am I
read.
too far?
Yeah, you're gonna have to actually walk up to it. 35 yards? Or not yards, feet.
Okay, so I can get in range though.
Yeah, if you dash, you only move 30 feet, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to dash.
You know what? No, I'm actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to um hold my action until one of them gets nearby.
Okie dokie. Next on the list,
Yeah,
Mercer.
gonna take the coward's route here.
Cowards are smart, we don't know.
Okay, so how far away from it am I?
Are you headed towards the gate, or were you headed towards the mausoleum?
The gate, I think, since that was the bigger group.
Okay, because of where you are going towards the gate, you would be a little bit closer at 25 feet.
Okay, I think the plan is going to be stay where he is for the second and just sort of like try and study the thing, the wisp, and like, just trying to figure out if actually trying to stab it would do anything.
Alrighty. You're just staying still.
Yeah, just staying still, but trying to like, figure out what the hell the wisp is, in a sense.
Roll a religion. Yeah, you still have no fucking idea what these things are, so maybe your sword will work, maybe it won't. Who the fuck knows?
Beautiful.
Alright, that leads us to the next ones. Who's bringing up the rear? Who's still looking more towards, they're in the center? Like, what's your marching order?
Good question. I guess it depends on, like, who's fastest?
I would
I
say
feel like who was closest to the gate originally?
I feel like Cole probably would be leading the way towards the gate.
Because then I thought I was one of the first ones to be like, I'm going for the gate, but I was also kind of apprehensive about going towards the gate.
I think Helio would be one of the last because he's still like he is slowly going toward that, but he's keeping a good look on those wisps. Like he really wants to. He's really just like, I don't trust this shit.
Okay. Two of them blink out of existence.
Cool.
And the third one, the one that's in front of you guys, you see it kind of flicker, and then it just goes, and all of a sudden it's overhead of Cole, and Cole. It doesn't even like make an attempt at this point. It does a 9 versus your AC work.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, it just kind of, flutters overhead menacingly.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
I don't like this thing.
Yeah, you
About
feel
how
like a cold caress over you, and you're like, oh, what is this? Now it is Zosa's turn.
wait, about how high above me is it?
Literally just overhead.
Gonna give it a good poke.
Don't hit me.
So did it just like pop above him and just like do nothing, or did it like do something?
It looked like it did nothing. Cole could feel that it attempted to do something.
Well, so I was thinking like from my point of view, like it just like popped up. It was like it's just there. And
Pretty much. You notice the other two disappeared, though.
right. So keeping an eye on that thing, I'm going to Hunter's Market, but move for the gate. Like just like take my 30 feet, like 15 feet, like towards the gate more than ever. Like keeping my eye on it, like fucking don't trust you, and just kind of like move away and saying like if the gate proximity is like leaving proximity is like a trigger point for these to quit things.
No, you're closer to the gate than you were before.
That's my turn.
Alright, Cole.
All right, so How far is everyone away from me?
Within about 5 feet, except for Luciano, who's about 10 feet away.
Okay. Alright, I guess since none of my spells are gonna be able to not hurt those around me, he's probably just gonna make a punch upwards.
All right, Sky Uppercut. Let's see what you do here. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Not much.
Yeah, no, that wasn't even close.
I don't think I can feel bad about it.
Well, now that you made your attempt and failed, Helio, it's your turn.
All right, so there's one close to him, right?
Yeah, well, there's one like pretty much on top of Cole, who's 5 feet away.
All right, so it would be within melee range then.
Yeah, you can try smacking what's above Cole. Yes.
All right. So he's gonna use his bonus action to pop the top on his vial, and as he does that, a like a very red rapier starts to form from it, like it's crimson red, and he's gonna try to fucking stab that.
Roll to hit.
Oh, that's an 8. That's not very good.
No, just like Cole, the red rapier just like right through it. Nothing happened.
All right. Well, um, I think he. Ooh, does he want to go to the? I'm trying to decide if he wants to go to the mausoleum instead now. Um, now he'd probably just keep heading toward the gate. So he's got 35 feet of movement, so he's gonna get a little further than Zosa, I think it was.
Okay. Um, Luciano, it's back to you.
All right. Well, since he sees everyone else moving towards the gate, he's gonna want to do that too now. But first, we'll take a stab at the thing.
Roll to hit.
So nothing.
Damn, you guys. Maybe I should have given you something else.
Just bad luck, I suppose.
Like 40 skeletons, you might hit one. Anyways, yeah, you try to
The
take a
dice
shot.
gods are cruel this day.
Seriously. Your sword just goes whoosh, right past it. The wisp kind of moves out of the way, and then you just hear a echoing giggle, like hee 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 hee, and like all y'all are like, "What the fuck was that?" And then you hear two more join in. Mercer, what are you going to do?
Well, first thing is going to be, glance around and be like, what the hell, at the weird giggling in the air, because that's spooky as hell. But, and I think he's gonna go for an attack on the wisp, like, getting close to Cole and sort of like placing a hand on his shoulder, like using it to vault up to try and catch the wisp with the sort of barbed part of his dagger.
Okay, go ahead and roll. I'm trying not to laugh, guys. I hope you can break 10, though.
That's a 16.
Oh, okay. You didn't hit, but pretty good. Good try.
The tides are changing.
Alright, so now it's back to the wisp. And that one decides that it is very much done being tried to be stabbed at. So it will sit above the one who got closest, which is Mercer. And it's going to try to hit you for, 22 versus AC's got to hit, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Oof. Oh, rolled the wrong die. Diamond. Diamond. Better. 10 lightning damage.
Oh boy. And also, actually, that's I need to double check something real quick. Hang on. Okay, so I think that activates one of my class things. Just getting hit.
Alrighty, which one?
Uh, Blood-soaked beast. At third level, this is for your when a creature hits you with an attack while you have all your hit points, it must make a wisdom saving throw against your key save DC or be frightened of you until the end of its next turn.
Alrighty, what is your save?
It is yeah, it's a 10.
So that would be 18 plus 8 plus proficiency plus your ability modifier.
Yeah, it's a 10.
How? You don't have an ability modifier?
It's because it's wisdom, and my guy's he's not very wise. He's a dumbass.
Okay. Cause that meets, so the wisp made it. The wisp, as a sentient orb of light, is not afraid of you.
I like the way you put that.
It's true, though, as a sentient orb of light, it's not scared of him.
Oh, Mercer just looks very pissed.
The wisp does get a little bit of ire at this, that you would dare defy its sentient orb of lightness. And it just goes, wha! Makes that weird ass fucking noise. You can hear two other wisps, like far away sounding, making the same noise. They sound further than what the giggles did earlier. Zosa, it's your turn.
How far am I away from this? Like straight at my movement?
You can make it. It's 30 feet away.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So seeing as how like it actually just like did something, I'm like, fair enough, and just pretty much like bum rush and just take my.
You cut off there.
Oh, pretty much just gonna like bum rush up and like pop up and just take my 2 attacks.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
Well, I just rolled both my attacks at once, and they were both 17s. That's terrifying. So with
Meets. Roll for damage.
yeah, because that's 19 and 20 to hit.
So, you said 19 and 20 damage?
No, I was confirming that it was a 19 and a 20 to hit.
Oh, yeah. No, you got it.
But damage is 15 total.
Okay. Your daggers go straight through it, but you can feel like it gets stuck in something. Not like stuck still. I mean, like while you're going through it, it's not just straight air that what you hit.
I meet resistance.
Yes, thank you. You meet resistance.
Yeah.
And there you go. You have now made this little light that's been laughing at you guys hurt.
And it was one of them was piercing, one of them was slashing because it is a Yakuwa and a short sword. So
Okay, it doesn't matter all that much,
I
honestly.
was like, but it's not magical and it's piercing and slashing on a creature. Light, so I doubt it matters. But oh wait, shit! Hold up, shit!
Yeah?
Hunter's mark, which is another 5 damage because of Hunter's mark. Because this is the same one that I Hunter's marked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's extra 5 damage.
Okay. This thing is still looking like a light, but its light flickers a little bit when that happens. Next up is Cole.
How far is it away from me right now? And also everybody else?
Everybody is kind of like all within 5 squares of or 5 feet of each other, and you're all kind of punching above Mercer.
All right, then I will do my civic duty and also punch above Mercer.
Does that count as pack tactics?
Kinda. You didn't hit, unfortunately.
I'm upset.
Helio is currently AFK.
Oh no, I'm here.
Okay.
I started eating and forgot to say I was back. Yeah, he's probably just gonna try and stab the one above Mercer again. Okay, that's +5, so that's a 21.
Damn, okay. Yeah, you hit him.
I was starting to feel bad for being the only one to fucking hit a glowing orb.
Yeah, it's like it's right there. It's sitting on top of you. What are you gonna do? And then everybody's like, I want to get it. But,
I need 1 sec.
yeah.
I just need to see how much damage a rapier does real quick. I'm pretty sure it's 1d8. Yeah, okay. That's 9 damage. I have a question though.
Yes.
So one of the abilities, it doesn't specify if you get your blood inside of a creature that has blood. So would I be able to use it since it's like I'm piercing it with one of my blood weapons?
No, it's light, so it doesn't count.
Okay, that's fair.
You can't give light aids.
You can only have aids or no aids. There isn't light aids.
Decaf aids?
Diet aids.
I can't believe it's not aids.
This is so
But
stupid.
yeah, he's probably gonna end his turn now.
Alrighty. The light flickers even more. It is trying to hold steady like a solid color, but it can't. It's, fading in and out. Luciano, it's on you.
Okay, so he failed to hit it last time. So let's try again. May as well.
Alright, you're good. Tell me
Not
your
shit this
damage.
time. Give me 1 second.
Didn't expect a hit, did you?
Not at all. Also, I'm on square. You know how that is.
I do.
A whole 2. But at
That's
least I hit it.
damage.
It's something compared to all the other.
Are you dual wielding, or is it just the singular sword?
He just has the one rapier.
Okay. Well, you kind of smack it. I mean, it's you just feel a whole bunch of breeze and then a little bit of resistance and then that's done, and the wisp you can kind of hear like ow kind of coming from
He just
it.
kind of pokes it.
Yeah, like it's like why'd you poke me, man?
Because that's how you rapier. You just kind of poke things.
Well, it's not very happy with you.
Clearly.
All right, Mercer, it's on you.
Okay, so he's looking at this wisp with a look of pure murder. After getting zapped, he's a very unhappy customer. So he's gonna go for another slash at it, like an absolute fool.
Does the fool hit though?
No, he doesn't.
Well, okay then.
But
Yes.
um, I can use my bonus action for an unarmed strike, so we're gonna go once more. He's just gonna try and flat out punch it.
Go for it.
He misses again.
Well, you made an attempt.
So I can still move, right?
Yeah, you can. However, you are next to the damn thing. Actually, you're under the damn thing, so you're going to have to be aware that there may be opportunity attacks taken against you.
Oh, okay then. So I think you just could stand there and keep glaring at it. Just glaring bloody murder.
As you get like slowly surrounded by your compatriots, who are all just attacking Reddit, but
You're just like, ugh. Well, fortunately for you, Mercer, it doesn't care about people who aren't threats. So, Zosa,
oh no.
does a 21 hit?
Last time I checked, not so much. No. Yeah. Fuck me.
That is 8 damage. Lightning. And I have to ask, though, because, like, if this were Cogsworth, that wouldn't hit. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, that's fair. No, yeah, no. My AC is 16.
It's not bad. But yeah, there you go. Your 8 damage. Next in line is Zosa.
Oh yeah, no. I getting shocked. I immediately like it was like, oh fucking, and stab. Okay, so main hand is gonna be 19 to hit, and offhand is going to be 19, so 20.
You're good. Tell me the damage.
That'll be a total, counting Hunter's mark, of 16. No, 17.
All right. So, how do you want to do this?
Considering that like my main hand is a piercing weapon, just like literally like get shocked, stab straight up, and then like like I'm sharpening my main weapon with my short sword and just like slicing across.
All right. So, the like there's a spark off of your blade and it goes into this wisp and you just hear a wah as it dissipates into a burst of light and everything goes dark until you'd think maybe it was, I don't know, midnight at this point. That's how dark it is out.
It makes
Fucking
like
light
a
orb.
Street Fighter KO noise, like oh, oh, oh.
KO.
And as this weird kind of night falls on you guys, you are all huddled in the middle of this graveyard.
Are we still in initiative order?
You're still in initiative order right now.
Then never mind. Continue.
We should probably get out of here, guys.
Probably.
Yeah, I'd rather not get my face zapped off again.
You still have your face. It's okay. Let's go.
And above you, Zosa, you hear this like angry kind of sigh, and a light zaps forth, and there's this huge wisp above you.
It's the whole moment too of like that happens, and I'm just like I look down and just like, god damn it.
But as this light shines forth, everything around you, everything around all of you guys gets darker and darker until it's almost pitch black, and the only thing you can see is this light. But then you hear a king, and an arrow flies straight through this wisp, and it pops it like a balloon. And you can hear the scream of like this weird whispery wind, and the light just dissipates, and everything kind of comes back together as if dawn was just breaking, and the light comes back in. And before you guys is standing this mysterious-looking gentleman.
This mysterious-looking gentleman is elven in nature. However, you can only tell that from the ears, as the rest of him is cloaked in a very dark and well-covered garb, including a very large wide-brimmed black hat with several feathers tucked into the side, and a mask that covers only the eyes, like it's obscuring. It's a vigilante's mask, essentially. And he looks towards you all, and with a smile, he says, "Bonjour." That was quite a sticky situation.
There was nothing sticky about it. No, it was harrowing, but not sticky.
I don't know. It just looked like you could have used some help. Apologies for interrupting your fight.
Yeah, by all means, keep shooting them.
So, what brings a motley crew such as yourself here?
It
Could
really
ask the same
doesn't
of
matter,
individual.
does it?
Could ask more of that question of a single person stalking around.
I am here because I am, how you say, working? Let's go with that. But where are my manners? Apologies. I am Mysterious Rogue X.
Little on the nose, isn't it?
Well, that's a name, isn't it? You may call me X.
X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you.
Don't crois?
That was out of character.
So, what brings a group of such rambunctious rabble-rousers to the grave at this time of...
A picnic.
Ooh, fascinating
Might be
place
so.
for a picnic.
The place we were planning on picnicking is actually past the graveyard, but we wanted to cut through because we thought it would be faster.
Oh, makes sense. Well then, I'll leave you to it. Goodbye, au revoir.
What kind of work are you doing out here on your own? In your grave?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Goodbye. And with that, he just disappears into...
I forgot about push check. No. Okay, so as soon as he's like, "Oh, wouldn't you like to know?" I'm gonna cast suggestion. Be like, yes, I would very much so like to know. Would you mind telling me?
Let's see. What save is that?
Wisdom.
Okay. Well, he fails it. It's like, so what was the question again? The suggested space?
I had asked why you were out here.
As I said before, I am looking around for my job.
Well, the exact question was, what kind of work is one doing out here on his own near a graveyard?
Oh, I was merely looking around this, well, it's interesting. You might find it interesting. A, how you say, tunnel in the cemetery. It doesn't look like it's much of a crypt. But, is fascinating, no?
Did you say a tunnel?
Yes. A tunnel. Well, now I must be going.
Well, I do appreciate you being so forthcoming.
And I appreciate your way with magic. Haven't seen that in a while.
Sometimes it's just a little necessary.
And with that, our mysterious rogue X, he almost looks like he hears something in the distance, and he looks over, in that direction, and suddenly he's no more. You can't see him.
That was an interesting person. Not exactly you.
Yeah.
Very suspicious.
What kind of tunnel would one be looking for in a graveyard? And why was he being so non-forthcoming at first about it?
Obviously, he's hiding something. But could it be he wants us to look for this tunnel?
Well, meat like him is no use if he can't do his own job, so we have a picnic to go to.
Okay, so after that, I'd say that took all of maybe, I don't know, let's say an hour. So maybe about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Um,
I would like to point out that my suggestion was for him to answer my questions, and so if he pops, I'm holding concentration in case he pops back up again.
is there a range on that?
There's the casting range, but once it's in effect, I can concentrate up on it, the effects of it for 8 hours.
Wow. Okay.
It
Cool.
doesn't specify an effect range. It specifies the casting.
Well, plus, like, if he came back, he would be, again, within range.
True, but I can only cast it. I can only cast it once. However, I can keep a hold of it for 8 hours with that one
Yeah,
suggestion.
but, like,
So,
if you were keeping hold of it,
but
you
yeah,
would technically re-enter that range.
yeah, that's fair. So either way, works out.
Also, I'd like to point out that the whole point of the picnic was to try and figure stuff out, which we found something at least.
We found asshole orbs of light in the graveyard, which
We sure did.
is that just because it's a graveyard and fuck graveyards, or is that relevant to what's going on?
Good question. We have to keep it in mind.
So that's a yes or a no to walking over to the campsite or whatever.
Oh yes, absolutely. We are
I was
still
gonna say we're already out here
off.
anyway.
Okay, so you guys continue through the graveyard. Um,
So I'll be on my phone for the next few minutes because of the fact that I just lost power for half a second and surged my entire system.
ouch.
But well, yeah.
Also,
Unfortunately,
F
my
for
my UPS.
Rose, who apparently is out again.
One at a time.
Sorry.
Okay, so Zosa and then Luciano.
I was just making comment of the fact, like, of course, this is the time where I don't have my UPS set up, so I lost power to my entire system.
Ow. Luciano, what did you say?
I said F towards that, and also F towards Rose, who apparently conked out again right after waking.
Apparently.
Yeah. It sucks. But I can role play that away, so we're good. Now, you guys get towards the end of the graveyard, towards that other gate, and find it to be locked. There's just a giant padlock on it with chains. It looks like it hasn't
Is it
been
climbable?
opened. No, it is not. It is one of those like giant gates with like another one of those arches above the gates, and the fencing is very, very thin, and just those bars, you know what?
Okay, I'm gonna pick it then.
Yeah. It's a very, very old padlock, too, so it's kind of rusted in place.
Have you ever noticed the graveyard seem to want you to keep things in more than out?
I'm gonna try and pick it.
You can't. It's rusted over.
Oh, it's a can't, not a card.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a can't.
Well,
I cast kick.
You take...
Actually, no. But
Oh, you're not kicking it?
never mind. Continue.
Because you were going to take 4 points of damage.
No, because that wouldn't be the ideal option here, and that's not what Zoes would do. And so it's like the point. Let's just be like kick. It's just not his
it was
style.
a good joke, though.
I was making a muscle wizard joke.
Yeah, if Amy attacked that'd be off its fucking hinges.
Can I
Yeah.
attempt to climb it?
It is not climbable.
Okay. Then I guess we gotta do something else. Like go around it.
While everyone's like looking at the gate, Zoes just like slowly backs up like to where he's like 15 feet from the gate, just like slowly just taking steps back, kind of like judging the height of the.
The gate's like 30 feet tall. It's a really tall gate.
Holy crap, why do they need that big of a gate?
They got money, man.
That's so extra, I love it.
It would still work actually. So, but what's everyone else doing?
What?
Just inquiring what everyone else is doing.
Apparently looking for another way.
Could the lock be brute forced? Like, is it rusty enough that enough force could snap it?
Yeah, I'd say it's about that rusty.
Okay. Mercer's gonna try and just, like, get his knife, like, somewhere, like, between the lock body and, like, the locking mechanism part, just to try and brute force it open.
Alright, strength.
Zosa's casting jump and just jumping the fence.
Zosa jumps the fence.
That's a 21.
Alright, Mercer, as you stick your dagger between the locking mechanism and like the rest of the lock, and you just like jam the knife in there and then twist and it pops with like a really horrible screeching noise, but you know, you definitely got it. It was it's an older lock, and when you look up, you see Zosa standing there, kind of just waiting.
And just casually open the gate after he does it. Like, just open the gate and just like back everyone forward. Like, after you.
So,
For reference, I really want to know. Could I have taken out a handkerchief and Mulan climbed it?
No, because at the top is that arch.
Yeah, but like, what about the arch makes it unclimbable?
That it's a cap at the top of it. So like, you might have gotten to the top of the gate, but there's like that stone arch above it.
And you can't climb that?
You better like fucking try. That DC would have been something around like 20.
Just curious.
But doable.
Doable, but you gotta be real good at the climbing skills there.
Just checking.
Like in my head, I know exactly what I'm thinking of. My grandmother's and my grandfather's buried at, I think it's Resurrection Cemetery. It's got something very similar to it there. These giant fucking gates.
Which terrible name for a cemetery.
Yeah,
Right?
I was like, I don't know about that one.
That's a little.
What necromancer owns that goddamn cemetery?
It's Victor.
I was about to be like, Victor, damn it! He'd name it something a little cooler, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, Victor's cemetery needs a side. You guys have successfully gotten to the other side of the cemetery, and you would be technically outside of White Grove right now. So the pathway through the cemetery continues out into the forest, and that's when you see that it's getting a little darker again. Not so much like the unnatural darkness, but more of that is some scary ass fucking woods in front of you, and it's got a lot of dark forest cover.
Luciano doesn't know why, but he's feeling very afraid of these woods.
And the place we're planning a picnic is like through part of the woods?
Yeah, it's into the woods a little bit. You're looking for a clearing in there if you want to have a picnic.
Alright, so I'll take the time with the rest of like the next minute, like leaping into the trees to get like to the top to get like a good like bird's eye view to look down and be like, found it, found a clearing.
You find the clearing. Luciano has a clear distaste for trees. It's not windows, it's trees.
He loves windows. He dislikes trees.
That he does. Zosa's awesome, jumpy, flying snake abilities activate, and him and his snake lead you guys through the forest, and you guys reach a clearing. The canopy of the trees make room so that there's actually some light coming down, and it looks actually quite nice. Even though the forest and everything around it look really creepy and menacing, and you guys can, like, feel something's watching you, but it's mostly just your nerves because you're like, wow, this is really creepy.
Well, this looks like a great spot for a picnic.
Zozo's so used to being in an environment where everyone's watching everyone and just being creepy that he just doesn't care.
Mercer is also in that same boat. He has been in the city at night. These woods don't scare him.
Well, I mean, as long as the woods don't scare y'all, there could be lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Um,
Oh yeah, no, like what's in the woods probably terrifying, but the woods themselves,
The woods are just trees. The trees are just wood.
and to some people, like Luciano, that's a not.
so
That was actually mostly a nod to our last campaign in which the trees kicked our asses.
the trees kick their asses so fucking hard.
That's fair.
Y'all lucky I didn't put some fucking trees in here, okay?
I mean, you did put trees, but not that kind.
Yeah, not the tree, just regular trees. As you
Still,
guys,
I have one very important question though.
yes,
Did we bring a picnic blanket?
no.
Yeah.
Y'all did not, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to sit your cold asses down on the ground if you want to have your picnic.
Oof.
Big oof.
Meh. Plop. Meh. Plop.
Luciano's not happy about this.
Luciano is never happy about anything.
Fair.
Helio's gonna shrug and just sit down.
Mercer is also just go flop down on the ground and look like he does not care about anything at all in terms of dirt.
So when you guys decide that you guys do want to take a seat, I yawned. Sorry. When you guys decide you want to take a seat, y'all do notice that off to the side there's actually a fairly large rock that's been moved out of place, and some of the grass is put down around it. So it looks like somebody did use it for like a picnicking spot where they used the rock to put like the basket, and they probably sat in the grass. So yeah, what Darian said did check out. He did have a picnic over here.
Well, at least someone did.
Yeah, that's fair. At least someone had a picnic over here. Um, so you guys sit down. You open up your picnic thing. There's some sandwiches. Juliet decided that maybe it would be fun for you guys to have like a nice selection of sandwiches. There's even some potato salad in there. Some cookies. There's some cookies in there too. Some carrots. Gotta be healthy adventurers. It's beer. There's a lot of beer.
I mean, they were at a bar.
They were. There was a lot of beer in there. There's a whole bottle of wine. So, yeah, that's.
Are there eggs?
There are eggs. There are deviled eggs.
Less okay, but still.
Really like the implication that mayonnaise exists in this universe.
Are you kidding me? Mayonnaise is like the blood of
Yummy.
kings over here.
Oh yeah, definitely eating some of the eggs then.
You telling me that there wouldn't be mayonnaise in my universe?
Fair, fair.
And you know what? 'Cause you questioned me, there's a fucking egg salad sandwich.
Oh fuck yeah, I love egg salad.
And you know what else is in there? There's some turkey. There's a turkey and chicken sandwich, especially for you, Zosa, and it has a little Z on it.
Zosa just like almost hyperventilates for a second. Yes. I was thought.
Everyone gets a sandwich. And a cookie. Everyone gets a sandwich and a cookie and a bottle of beer. So you guys sit down. You enjoy your sandwich. If you'd like, you can use your hit die to regain some health. If not, doesn't matter.
I think two of us are more inclined than everyone else.
Yeah. We can call this a short rest because you guys would be spending about, I don't know, an hour eating here.
So these picnic things, they a common thing.
Not usually for me personally.
I'm still trying to learn the commonalities of normal life for people like.
I think you're making a bit of a mistake trying to learn normal from us.
Just shrugs. That's fair.
To kind of accent that, Helios is playing around with the sword that's literally made out of his blood.
Yeah, no, like as Zosa says, like that's fair. Like staring at you doing that, it's like that's fair.
So you guys have the opportunity to talk about all the weird ass shit that you guys just saw, or you guys can pack up and go back the way you came.
I say we investigate and talk and stuff.
Agreed. Agreed. So, do you think it's actually something to do with this area, or something to do with other factors?
It's almost definitely something to do with that manor.
In the spooky ass graveyard.
Well, considering my little friend here did nothing to do with the manor, wanted to get as far away as it could earlier, once it started getting dark. Unnaturally dark, not dark. The manor is definitely a good source of not
It is very curious, though. I wonder if those wisps have anything to do with it, or if they're just a coincidence.
Given that we were in a graveyard, I'm not sure.
The only connection to what's going on with the manor is the fact that there was some kind of presence, I'll call it, from the manor right before they.
I feel like we're missing something.
Well, we're definitely missing something. Do we check out the graveyard more or investigate the manor?
Well, that man X did tell us about a tunnel that runs under the graveyard. That might be an idea of where to start next.
My next option was to investigate him as well.
Yeah, I think we should look around here while we're here, and then maybe check out that tunnel.
Agree.
So yeah, let's do that. Let's check out the area.
That's your next course of action?
Check out
Yep.
this first. This area while we're here, anyway.
Investigation, if you're gonna look around. One person can look around and, if anybody's helping them, then you'll get advantage.
Helio can help. Whoever does.
Hey, nat 20. Holy shit.
Okay, so Luciano, as you're investigating, you're looking around and yeah, sure enough, exactly as Dorian said, he did have a picnic here. You do see some like soot and stuff on the rock. So it's like, yeah, that was probably him. You do see footsteps coming the same way you were. But when you turn around, you don't see the same set of footsteps coming back. Even though it has been faded over time, it's not the same to and from. You only see yours and probably his prints coming into the clearing.
Interesting.
Which I will share all this information with the group.
You also notice that while there does not appear to be any sign of a scuffle or anything like that, you do notice that there's a bit of a disturbance off to the side, closer to where you guys came from. Your assumption would be that maybe it was an animal coming to look for any like crumbs or garbage, or it could be he tripped and hurt himself or something, but pretty much there's a sign of a disturbance there. And
Can we
then
check that out in more detail, or is there more to see from that, or is that just it?
there's one more thing on my notes. You also see that what was left on the ground nearby there is a tool belt. This tool belt is broken in separate pieces, and there seems to be some sort of discoloration to it. And if you like, you can investigate that.
Yeah, definitely.
Helio still assists, so you got advantage.
Not as good. 11.
Okay, so there's slight discoloration to it. Uh, it could have been that it got wet. It could have been just like an oil stain or something. Could be something a little bit more sinister. You don't know, but it is closer to one of the breaks in the belt part. And there doesn't seem to be much in the belt pouches. But you did find a gold.
Is there anything interesting about it? Or is it just normal?
No, it's just a gold piece.
Okay, I'm just gonna pocket that then.
Ooh, and there is a faded out name that you cannot read. Like on the belt. And that's about all you can make out in the clearing.
One of the reasons why it's always upsetting to not play a full caster's presentation. It's like, fix. Or mending, either way. Just
Yeah, you never know you need mending until you need it.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That how it be.
I mean, theoretically, we could take the tool belt and see who it belongs to. For example, what kind of tools were in it, sort of thing. I'm assuming it was probably Dorian's.
Probably.
I mean, not for sure, but probably.
No, it was a tool belt.
Or was it Dorian's master?
Could have been.
Since, he's still kind of missing and all that.
Wait, no, he's not.
No, he's not. He's the blacksmith.
Yeah, I thought the blacksmith's shop was closed and he wasn't around.
No, it
No,
was
it-
literally closed.
It was closed because we went there too early, and then we went after it opened. He was there.
Oh, see, I missed that part. I thought it was closed, and so you guys raided around, then tried to go back in. It was closed. So then you went and interrogated Dorian because he wasn't around. Never mind. I misunderstood.
You're good. You weren't there. I mean, either way, it could belong to somebody that worked at the blacksmith. It could be anybody else's. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning.
Wasn't there talk about the fact that multiple people had gone missing for a little bit, then popped back up, acting weird?
Yep.
I can't remember what job description were given on a couple of these people. Because I know one of them was like a noble son or something like that, but there was like some other like artisan.
As far as you guys remember by name, Dorian comes up, a couple of couriers, um, and oh gosh, what was his name? I need to find the name of the guy. But that one snooty, like, wine owner, vineyard person, whatever, um, he had guys that would send couriers up to the manor, and he said how one of his kids went and he, you know, came back and he wasn't all that there.
Which is one of the reasons why the manor is definitely on our investigation list.
Oh, for sure.
Wasn't there also a warning about not going near the manor at night?
Yes,
There was.
but we can always go during the day.
Oh no, I know. I'm saying the warning to not go somewhere at night is pretty sketchy.
Absolutely.
There's
Well,
a lot of uneven bricks. You might trip. You know, it's a warning about safety.
well, the wisp. It did get dark before the wisps attacked. That might have something to do with it.
Yeah, but those bitches made it dark. So, or something made it dark till the wisp popped up. So. Chicken or the egg?
I think we need to investigate more before we can say.
Also, are there more eggs?
There's the egg salad, and the deviled eggs.
Yeah, continue.
There you go. You got some eggs now. Okay, so you ate the eggs. You guys are ready to head back?
Let's check out that tunnel.
Okay, so you guys are going to head back to the cemetery. And upon leaving the forest.
Because great idea to actually go to the cemetery at actual night.
Absolutely. So as you guys are leaving the forest, you find yourselves back on the pathway to White Grove. And you kept following this path to find yourselves coming in at the exact place that you did originally with Keller from the days prior.
Wait, I thought we were going to the graveyard to investigate the tunnel that was said that was somewhere around the graveyard.
You did say that, yes.
Never mind.
Interesting.
I keep seeing you light up, Cole. I don't know if you're just not saying anything. Maybe you're mute or something. Or you're not keying in. I don't know.
What about now?
Yeah, now.
And I just thought everyone was ignoring me for the past 30 minutes.
No. I just see it every now and then. Holy shit.
Back in business.
We were not ignoring you. Oh my gosh.
We all thought you were just, observing.
So yeah, you guys went back the way you came to get to the path that you thought would go back to the cemetery. But as you guys went back, you ended up coming into town the exact way that Keller brought you in. So you would be ending up right about into the middle of the square. I'd say it's closer to about 4 or 5 o'clock, so the sun's looking like it's gonna set pretty soonish.
So we took a wrong turn?
So, just a thought. We went back the way we came, and there was no cemetery anymore. Just. Anyone else notice that?
I think those light things might have had something to do with it.
Did Mercer say something?
Yeah, he said, this reeks of magic bullshit.
Speaking of magic bullshit, I actually have to get off for a little bit because I have things I have to go do. That I just like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. Okay. Hey, so where are you? We gonna do this things? Like, fucking.
Food.
Because apparently people don't know how to time manage.
Ouch. From here you can say that the magic bullshit, made Zosa wanna go back to the tavern or something. It's getting close enough that I would say that you go for early bedtime.
Still getting used to this whole day cycle thing.
So as a group, you guys head back to the inn. Zosa decides that, gonna go to bed.
Still getting used to having days and nights, and this is just not exactly what I'm used to, so I'm still jet lagged if some.
Because jets exist.
I can't think of an equivalent, like, commentary.
There really isn't, so don't worry.
Airship lagged?
Sure.
Sure, there are airships.
Or you could just ship lag. More ambiguous.
Traveler's Fugue. I like that.
There you go. Well, if you do go investigate, preferably don't die. Till next time.
So as you guys sit down to just kind of sit at the bar a bit and get your bearings after that experience of going around in fucking circles to some of you. You guys leave the picnic basket up with the bar with Juliet. Jules comes by, takes everybody's drink orders, brings out your drinks. And it's getting enough time set in the day that It's. I want to say that outside it actually looks closer towards 7ish, 8ish o'clock by now. Y'all have no idea how time flies, when you're having fun, but
Such fun.
such fun.
Oh yeah, so much fun.
In some of the RPs, we did have interactions with our heirloom items. That was supposed to take place that night. So this would be about the time when this would occur. And everybody would go to sleep. So the next day comes, and so far, you see a couple of people already awake. Helio, Cole, Luciano, and Mercer. You guys are the ones who are awake first, or as far as you know, are awake first.
I see. Fine, man.
I'm gonna give the boogie bass a donut.
The boogie bass does nothing.
Well, whatever. He can have it if he wants. It's a weird offering.
I mean, okay, I guess.
I'm just gonna leave the donut on the dresser next to the boogie bass. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a thing that happens.
I mean, may as well try and interact with it more.
I mean, sure, you do have a god in your possession.
Exactly, I'm leaving it an offering. It's up to him whether he accepts it or not.
You are the worst cleric, but you know what? Okay.
That's because I'm not a cleric!
Which is why you're the worst one. So, who is downstairs first?
I'll say Cole's the first thing he thinks about is going to get breakfast.
All right. This morning, Jules is actually the counterman, and Juliet is working as the, you know, waitress. So, by the time everyone comes down there, Juliet has prepared a massive spread for you, Cole, and company when they finally get down. Um, Indigo has decided that he would be stealing some food from you.
That's fine. I think Cole would spare for a bird.
And as Red is arguing with Indigo over who should get the bacon, that is when Helio, Mercer, and Luciano comes and joins Cole.
Hey guys, sleep well?
Mercer looks like he did not sleep well at all, and offers a slightly annoyed-looking glance at that.
I slept wonderfully, thank you.
I slept all right. Had a little bit of sand in my bed, but otherwise I was all right.
Where did the sand come from?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Luciano looks pensive at this.
Okay, so at that, the sand comment, Red laughs and Indigo kind of flies away. And Red finds a perch on top of Helio's head.
I wish those things wouldn't get so close to the table.
Luciano can feel two beady little eyes land on him.
What kind of birds are they again?
Big parrots. Like, one of them's a scarlet macaw, and then the other one is a... How do you pronounce that?
Hyacinth.
Hyacinth macaw.
Okay, I just couldn't remember what kind of bird they were.
They're big birds.
Big bird. Luciano keeps talking shit. One of them's gonna morph into big bird and say square up thought.
Oh my gosh.
It would be red, though, let's be honest.
Oh, definitely.
Wouldn't be the first time one of my characters got fucked over by Red.
No kidding. Y'all better be careful, though, because Red can throw down like the best of them.
Oh, trust me, I've owned birds. I know.
As the entire bird debacle is going on, Mercer just ends up laying his head on the table, looking absolutely miserable. And are there drink orders taken at some point?
Yes. Yeah, so about then, the drinks would come in, the food's set out for you guys. Jules gives everybody, like a smile, and Juliet brings over the drinks. Juliet taps Mercer on the shoulder and puts a really, I wouldn't say tall, but it's a rather tall glass of a red liquid. It has a little celery stick coming out of it, and she taps Mercer on the shoulder. Excuse me. We just want to say we hope you feel a little bit better. And she leaves, and Jules kind of winks over at Mercer.
So the instant that glass is put down, he's gonna perk up a bit and be like, "Oh, sweet, this is better than black coffee with whiskey," and start downing it.
Oh shit, it's Nariska.
Oh my fucking god, fuck off. I just forget the fucking voices I used for these characters.
No, I know. It just sounded really similar to her, so I was like, oh.
You better be careful, because I have no idea if I'm going to make alligatorians or crocodilians a thing.
Oh my lord.
At least the Victor voice is distinct enough.
Victor's very distinct.
God, I love Victor's voice.
I'm glad. I really love Victor's voice too. It's very fun. So, with that, when Mercer looks up again once he's finished, Jules gives him another playful wink and whispers over to Juliet when she comes by. Juliet brings another an even bigger glass of this wonderful red liquid and puts it in front of Mercer. This one has 2 celery sticks, and it comes with a little bottle of a hot sauce.
So, at the second glass, he's going to give him a questioning look, but he's also going to accept it. And the hot sauce is going to have him, giving a slight eye roll, but an amused one. And, this time he's just going to sip at it, not down the whole thing like a maniac.
Yeah, too many of those in the morning. I think that's called day drinking.
Yeah, probably.
Master just gets up in the morning, gets fucked up on Bloody Marys.
I mean, it wouldn't be out of character, to be honest. Yeah.
Well then. At that point, Indigo flies back down and perches right on Cole's head and gets comfortable.
I'm okay with this.
Good, the birds like you.
I am one with nature.
So, what are your game plans for this morning?
Well, we still have to check out that tunnel technically, and we still have to check out the manor.
I, for one, would not want to go near that graveyard again, just for the minute. So I'd say let's go to the man.
Works for me.
Hopefully not get caught up in that lady's book run again.
Yeah. Let's take a slightly different route this time.
Mercer, your shirt has been attuned, so you can change that shirt at will.
Sweet.
Are you guys all looking shabby, or are you guys going to dress nicely to go to the noble's estates?
Definitely nicely.
Cole's not changing.
Mercer's gonna keep his usual just black pants and shoes, but he's gonna ditch his coat in favor of making the shirt look like really fine.
Helio, what about you?
Sorry, why I was way spaced out.
That's exactly as I expect Helio to work with in this situation. Everybody decided that they're going to go to the noble's estates to go check that place out. So are you going to change, or are you going to look the same?
He's probably just gonna wear the same outfit.
Alrighty. So you guys are going to head on over. And as you get towards the square, everybody roll perception.
You did it.
9. Okay. It's a very, like, foggy morning out. I wouldn't say it's like too foggy, but more like, oh, it might rain tomorrow, or it might have rained last night type of thing. But otherwise, it's a pretty decent looking morning. Uh, Pretty much that's what you guys are noticing. Helio, Cole, and Mercer, it's pretty decent out. It might get a little hotter, but it's probably going to be about same amount of coolness to it. Luciano, you notice that people are starting to wake up, so it's starting to get a little bit busier. Um, it is, as far as you can tell, not like it's not like a work day or anything, so there's more people out and about. And you see that person in pink that you saw from yesterday again. Or I should say, you didn't see it. Cole saw it. Maya knows this person. So this is your first time seeing this, or at least noticing this person in pink. So that's what Luciano sees.
But I don't know this person, so that doesn't mean anything to me.
No, it doesn't mean anything to you right now, but as you guys are walking towards the noble's estate, which would be north, if I can fucking find my goddamn, where's my map? I don't know how I can turn around and lose my fucking map, like, instantly.
You did it, Sam. You're one with the Cosmo.
You know what? Cos, or some say Cosm, needs to go sit the
God
fuck
damn
down.
it!
You're welcome! You know what? That's going to be one of my boss names now. Cos. Or as some say Cosm. Okay, so going north from this fountain. You see this woman come by. Let me pull up her description again. So this woman comes by walking, and she doesn't really see you guys initially, but she's looking around and is going to head towards the winery first. But as you guys are coming right along, she does take a notice of you guys, and you meet her towards the northern side of the fountain area, as you guys are headed towards the nobles area. And she is on the shorter side of plump. So I'd say she's maybe 5'3", 5'4" ish. She's not terribly old, but you can guess that she's between her 30s and 40s ish. She looks very prim, proper. What she has on is more of a sweater dress type of thing, very nice looking, very chic. She's carrying with her a like kind of a handbag with a little kitten on the side in sequins. Not too garish, but it's fine. She's got her horn-rimmed glasses like at the edge of her nose, and she's wearing a pink sun hat with a big fake flower on it. what you guys can see is she actually has her hair down in a braid this time. Maya knew her as Miss Petunia earlier, just the day prior. So Miss Petunia sees you all headed towards the nobles' estates. Most notably, she sees Helio and Cole looking little worse for wear. Mercer looks quite nice, even if he's a little bit scary looking. Luciano, just as always, looks quite nice, but does stick out considering he's fucking purple.
As usual.
Yeah. Well, when you got horns, have a tail, and are purple, you kinda stick out no matter what the fuck you do.
Unless you wear a plague mask.
Unless you wear a plague mask. I mean, there's other things he also had to do to look like not as demony, but that's another thing.
It was a joke.
I know. Okay. So, she stops all four of you. Excuse me? Are you lost?
No.
Oh. Keeps walking.
She clears her throat again. Excuse me. Where are you going?
I don't think it's any of your business.
Cole just keeps walking.
Keeps walking.
She's getting a little bit flustered because she's not used to having people not necessarily not listen to her. It's just brush her off. That's what it is. Brushing her off. So she starts walking alongside and then gets a little bit faster and kind of gives you this sickly sweet smile. Excuse me. I don't think you heard me before, but I was curious as to where you're going. Mayhaps I might help you. You see, there's a bit of a event going on, and we just need to make sure that those invited were going.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to that, so it's not an issue. Bye.
Yeah, Cole has learned from last time he should not engage with the people trying to stop him from walking in that direction, lest they latch on.
She kind of just like, when she hears we're not going to that, she just kind of gets like a really like confused expression. What do you mean you're not going?
We're busy. Bye.
And then she kind of makes eye contact with Mercer, like, excuse me?
Wait, she's talking to me now?
She's looking at you, just kind of with eyes that say, "Excuse me, help, deal with this situation."
So he's gonna be quiet for a minute and just have a sort of. You can see the internal conflict of, oh, do I like just keep going with these guys, or do I like try and make this lady like not feel as weird so she doesn't like call the guards on us or something? And eventually he ends up looking to her for a moment before going, sorry about them. They're in quite the hurry to pay respects to some of the more wealthy families in town. We've heard that's something good to do. And they're a bit overeager, it seems.
Well,
like he's putting on the charm.
She's just like, well, of course course they are. That's what they're here for. And why are they just not... And then she gets, like, really flustered, and her face is, like, getting red because she doesn't know what to say in response to that.
In an attempt to hopefully help make her not have, like, a coronary there in the street, Mercer's going to just, like, put up like a hopefully a calming gesture, like, you know, sort of put a hand, like, put your both hands up and, like, the gentle, like, okay, it's okay, and he's gonna, I I don't think they've ever really mingled with high society before, Miss. I don't think they know how to act.
Luciano laughed.
As you can see, they're not quite as well done up as myself and my other companion. And he gestures to Luciano.
They must be new. Oh, you're so right. Excuse me, gentlemen. Right this way. And she's, like, just a lot, easier looking right now. So then she kind of gestures to a really nice house off to the side there. Like, probably one of the better ones in this area.
Is she gesturing? Wait, is she gesturing towards like all of us?
Yes, specifically Luciano, Helio, and Cole.
Helio would just kind of shrug and follow. He doesn't. He's not really super worried about this right now.
Where, pray tell, do you assume we're going?
Why, the menagerie, aren't you? That's where all of the nobles are right now. It's so in the rage.
Well, we actually have a quick stop to make first. Perhaps we'll catch up with you.
Oh, no. There is no quick stops before the menagerie, dear.
So, like, when Luciano's putting up, like, resistance to like, saying, like, the quick stop, Mercer's just gonna give him a look that says, just play along. Because, like, giant parties are great for gossip.
Yeah. He's going to be very irritated, but go along. He doesn't like parties. Not the socializing part, anyway.
That's fair. So, at that point, she is walking alongside Mercer, just kind of with a little bit of pep in her step. She doesn't have flats, but think of them more as Mary Janes, and they make a light tapping noise every time they hit the gravel. Or, sorry, not gravel, the cobbled stone. So you can definitely keep up with her. And she's very prim and proper, just walking along. And you guys get to this giant house. It's very pretty. And as soon as you step inside, you see non-humans of all sorts. And they're all wearing some weird kind of garish outfit, or they're dressed like servants, or they're dressed like prim proper tuxedos to the nines and everything. The point is that they're all kind of sort of looking like they're in a costume, but a costume of regular clothes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're cosplaying very nice looking people.
That is one way to put it.
She looks over to Mercer, and she just smiles very sweetly. I'm so glad that you're here, sir. And you three are looking quite nice by yourselves, but you'll be wanting one of these. And then she ushers Cole, Luciano, and Helio off to the side um, where a short Kenku meets you three. She returns to Mercer. They will just be a moment. Can I interest you in anything? Anything at all? We have juices, wines. We have this wonderful thing called carbonated beverage.
Well, that carbonated beverage certainly sounds lovely. Something new to try out.
You know it as soda from the big city. Like, they just
Oh,
don't have...
okay.
They don't consider sodas as, like, a thing over here because they don't have a mage to carbonate things.
Oh, okay. Well, then that completely strike that.
Oh no, she's gonna get you a soda anyways.
Oh no, I was gonna say strike him saying just carbonated beverage and be like, oh, soda. Have that back home in the city.
Yes, it's all the rage in the cities. And a halfling.
Wait a minute. Mercer has kind of a southern accent. Shouldn't he call it a Coke?
No.
Coke doesn't exist. Sorry. Coca-Cola is not a company.
It was a joke. Also,
But
I love
Boba-Bola.
That's horrible. Yes, it's Boba-Bola.
I'd like to file a complaint about the lack of realism in my D&D session.
You take 5 points of damage.
Oh.
The ceiling caves in and Cole dies.
One of the candle holders falls over and bonks him on the head.
Don't worry, we'll get to you soon. So, a nice dressed halfling comes out, tuxedo, it's got the tails and everything. Comes out, and on a silver platter, in a crystal glass, he brings out a soda. Just a typical cola. Brings it out for you.
Mercer takes that soda with the straightest face he's ever had in his life and just takes like a tiny sip of it and is like, ah yes, the taste of home.
Oh, a city man! A city man! How are you doing here? Isn't this a nice little town? Really brings out the air. You can get the sense that she actually doesn't normally live in this town. Like, she's from someplace else, and she's currently, like, living here. Like, she was not born here. Probably from the big city, as you can get the sense of it.
Okay. So, like, with her sort of gushing about the fresh air, Mercer's just gonna nod a bit and be like, yeah, it's quite quaint, quite nice. Get away from all of the hustle and bustle. Fewer shop options, but trade-offs.
Oh, yes, it is such a shame, though, the library here isn't as good as back in the big city.
Oh, it isn't? That's
No!
a shame to hear.
Have you never been to Aurelia?
I don't think I have. I mainly stayed around my home city. Didn't get to travel too much.
Oh, quite the shame. You are quite a ways from home, it looks like. You see, if it's anywhere near Aurelia, that is. it's quite a bit of ways away. We're closer to Inderel, you know, and she turns around and there's just this massive fucking map on the, like, just framed on the side of the wall. In the larger map, the world map, Aurelia is the capital of the Ariandel Empire, which is where you are. You're closer to Inderel inside of the Empire, so... Like, Inderel is a different country. I think we might have... Yeah, anyways. Point is that you're nowhere near fucking Aurelia. Alright?
Would Helio have been close enough to hear her mention Indorel?
No.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, no, we're like all ushered off to another room or whatever.
Yep. As she's going on and on about the fucking city life and how great the capital is, Mercer, you are subjugated to that. Meanwhile, Helio, Cole, and Luciano, you're being led off by a small Kenku, who is about 3'1", 3'2". He is cloaked in, like, this really nice, cloak covered in feathers, and on the inside it's got this lining that's almost like an iridescent, blue, violet. He's got a long black beak, black feathers, and these striking yellow eyes. He currently has the cloak hood down, so you can see all these things. And he just kind of twitches his head every so often, looking you three up and down, and kind of drags Helio. Well, not dragging, but grabs Helio by the hand and then just kind of walks away with Helio behind him. And he's just clucking as he goes.
He says, oh, okay, hello?
The bird, the Kenku, looks back at Helio. Hello.
Where are you taking me?
The bird points ahead to this really ornate-looking door. Stationed outside are these two dragonborn dressed in these crimson, gold, and black clothes, almost like a ceremonial garb. Taking me over there.
All right, then. Lead the way, I suppose.
So as soon as you guys get there, the Dragonborn look Cole up and down kind of approvingly, like, yeah, this guy's strong, and lets everybody in. And inside is just this massive, kind of like closet studio type of thing going on. If you guys ever watched Say Yes to the Dress, just think about like that kind of place.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it has just clothes of all sorts, just a whole bunch of types. Traditional, dress up, armor's there, but it's like fake armor, it's not real armor. Cultural stuff, and he has each one of you line up. He gets out like a little stool and everything, brings this little stool with him, and starts taking everybody's measurements. And he squawks, and you see a couple of other like Kenku heads pop out at different different places amongst the racks of clothing. And they're all different types of kenku, not just like raven or crow kenku, but there's some exotic ones, like one's like a cockatiel. So, this crow kenku, makes a couple of clicks and hoots and
I'll be right
caws.
back.
Okay. And suddenly, these other kenku just disappear. And in a flurry of feathers, they're all in front of all of you guys with different outfits for each one. There's at least one traditional, one pretty basic butlery looking outfit, and then there's one that's kind of like just a really wild looking outfit, but it's kind of really nice, sophisticated type of thing. So when Helio gets back, he gets to choose what outfit he wants, but what kind of outfit do you guys want?
Something flashy and ostentatious.
All right. You get, I guess, a flashy and ostentatious one. It's very garish, colorful, lots of golds and silvers on it, and it's got like it's got like this corset to this really big, billowy, piratey kind of blouse, and big, poofy, not shorts, pants. There's even bangles for your tail.
Perfect.
And the cockatiel kenku comes up with a little case, and there's a kenku that kind of looks like a blue jay. They get out a stool, and the cockatiel one puts Luciano in a chair, and the blue jay comes over, and only when the blue jay gets close, Luciano can tell that's actually a girl. So she opens the cockatiel's case and starts putting on this makeup, and it's all like really blending in with the purple. And there's a bit of these bright blues and some pinks, and all with gold outlines and everything. Just really, really think Mardi Gras.
I love it, and I cannot wait to draw it.
Mardi Gras Luciano. Cole,
Okay,
what
you know
kind?
his last name literally means carnival, right?
I know. That's
He's
what's
literally-
great.
He is literally carnival themed already.
And now he's done.
So yeah, that.
Cole, what do you want to wear?
Okay, sorry about that. Hello?
All right. You missed it, but Luciano got dressed up like he was going to Mardi Gras. What outfit do you want? There's like a traditional one, a cultural one. There's like this really wild kind of party-ish one, like really just out there. And then there's also like a nice, like almost butlery, but it's kind of like really nice and stylish.
So this is what I kind of imagine he'd want to wear. Like, you know what you would imagine like an elf would wear to something like a like a Tolkien one, a Tolkien elf, like just something
Yeah.
real flowy and fancy looking. I think that's what he would wear, something in purple like that.
Okay, you look like Elrond.
Neat.
Cole, if you're talking, we cannot hear you. Okay, if Cole is here, we can't hear him speak. If he's not here, he's not here. But,
Cole, if you are with us, turn the flashlight on.
literally, that's the best part. Literally, just in time for the party. Okay, so we can assume that this Kenku uh, dresses Cole up. Helio, you get the Blue Jays treatment now. She comes over and she doesn't need the stool. Not really. She's kind of tall for a Kenku, so she leans up and she's doing all the makeup. She puts Helio in the chair, keeps doing makeup. You look like super like on point. If okay, I don't think any of you guys have played Guild Wars or Guild Wars 2, have y'all?
I have not.
Well, there's a
Afraid
race of
not.
plant people, um, whose names I can't even fucking remember. Anyways, you look like one of them. That's how nice you're looking. You are on fucking point, okay? So, you guys look amazing, and this Kenku, like,
Sylvari, that's what they're called. I looked it up.
sorry?
They're called the Sylvari. I looked it up.
Ah, thank you. The Sylvari, they're really, really pretty. So you look like you were just dressed up like Elrond if he were a Sylvari. And like makeup's on point. Like even kind of iridescent. There's some almost like kind of looks like somebody took pearl sheen to it, and there's some golds and silvers. Very, very pretty.
He
And
really just does not like that. He is not a fan of makeup.
well, don't worry. This Blue Jay has some fucking on skill makeup, but too bad. You're in the fucking makeup.
Oh no, yeah, he knows that he has to have it. He's just pissed.
Like you even get a fucking tiara. It's amazing. And at that point, the little Kenku comes by. Cole gets dressed up, and he gets the big traditional like markings and stuff done on him and everything. Um, little Kenku comes up to Helio and grabs his hand and kind of just like tugs on it a little bit, like, hello, come, come with me, and takes you guys and just leads Helio away. The only reason this bird is hanging on to you so much is because you're the shortest.
Oh my lord.
Oh, it looks like Rose is here now.
Oh yay! Hello, Rose.
Hi.
We're picking outfits for our characters for a party. I thought you would enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, I fell asleep and I'm awake now.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
Weird. But yeah, no, our characters are getting all dressed up, so I'm like, oh, Rose would love this. Drawing opportunity.
Rip. Sorry, Cole.
Oof.
Where am I supposed to? Because pressing talk just puts a bunch of the letter in the chat box.
A good trick is to have it be something like Control or Shift that like it won't type in the chat box.
I use Alt.
I use Control personally since Shift ended up activating sticky keys.
But I need Control for like short
Use
keys.
Alt.
I use Right Shift and I turn off my sticky key stuff.
You can do caps. Or like home or delete or something like that too.
Yeah, I use left Alt. Seems to work pretty well.
I just use mouse button number 5, which says something. I have a Naga, so like I have just a shit ton of buttons on it.
Nice.
So this Kenku takes you away, and finally, you guys connect back with Mercer and Miss Petunia. And unfortunately, Miss Petunia has been regaling Mercer with tales of her time at the city and how nice it is to be teaching here because the noble children are so intelligent and bright and witty, and they would do well at the academy and blah blah. And honestly, this is so not okay for Mercer. This is not his thing.
He looks absolutely dead inside, but he's hiding it behind like a very like hopefully small and pleasant smile. That you look in his eye and you just see him begging for death.
You could have been grimacing for all Miss Petunia cares. She just goes on and on about these things because this is kind of her thing. Finally, when you guys come back, the Kenku chirps and Miss Petunia turns around. Oh, Dusk! Dusk! Oh, marvelous job! Marvelous job! I was just telling our dear friend Mercer here. Oh, you've done so great. They'll be great for the menagerie. The Kenku, like, clacks his beak together. Great for the menagerie! Great! Thank you! Thank you! And, he bows and, puts on his, cloak hood and exits the building. Rose, are you good to join in with us, or you still not feeling good?
I'm good.
Okay. It's some while until Maya is summoned. She's been apparently running errands across the like morning type of thing. So she's summoned because she's been seen with Keller before. So as soon as everyone's done and Dusk comes back with Maya, Miss Petunia turns around and like there's a little bit of a sickly sweet like charm to her, almost as if she's kind of upset that she was so rude and she's kind of sticking her foot in her mouth type of thing. Oh dear, Maya, my dear, you look so wonderful. It's so good to see you again. Are you, wearing that? Oh, you're fine. The Blue Jay Kenku, comes out of fucking nowhere, followed closely by the cockatiel kanku. And she has her little step stool. And as soon as Maya comes in and like stands still for a single moment, the Blue Jays at work, just making it look all sorts of good. There's that, there's some pinks and purples and lavenders and all
Okay,
sorts of.
I have Jesus, a question because I'm just imagining that scene, and I can't even remember. Like, my brain goes to Edward Scissorhands, where it just shows their back, and there's just like fabric flying everywhere.
Yeah, but like with makeup powder.
Makeup powder. Okay.
Like this Blue Jay is only responsible for hair and makeup.
God, I'm just, this is the funniest fucking mental image. Just little bird like kicks up their stool and then just steps up and is like, just the speed of sound.
I mean, you see your friends here look absolutely fucking divine. And now this little tiny little blue jay kanku followed by a cockatiel kanku come by, and next thing you know, you're done up. You look almost like a princess.
My, jeez.
You need like Dayquil or something.
Probably. That's for, I don't know. Would it work for this? Because I think this might be a viral thing, not a bacterial thing.
Well, something to ease your symptoms would be good.
That's fair.
Poor thing.
I was gonna say thanks, and then I opened my mouth and coughed. Ah,
Don't die.
I'm trying here. I'm doing my best. Maya kind of looks in the mirror and then looks at this little Kenku, and she's just like grinning like an idiot. Also, I'm just gonna say she just kind of looked at Lady Petunia, and when she was like, "Are you going to wear that?" she just kind of like looked down at her dress and then looked back up at Lady Petunia, and then the bird came in.
Pretty much.
She didn't get a chance to respond, but also she's gonna murder Keller.
It's Miss Petunia. If she hears you say Lady Petunia, that's going to be fun.
Lady Petunia, that's gonna be fine?
Fun.
Fun. Oh, I couldn't remember what you called her in the RP before.
Miss Petunia.
Miss.
Um,
Well, isn't a lady technically higher than a miss?
she goes by Miss. She's not a lady.
That's fair. So her makeup I'm trying to think of something, but my brain's just like, I'm just thinking of the Princess Diaries now. Like the scene where he's like, "You're a very pretty moose."
Gosh, that's a good scene.
You're a very pretty moose. Make all the guy moose go wah.
Classic.
But she looks down at this little bird who's just done her makeup super pretty, like a princess, and just like in a very soft kind of voice just goes, "Merci beaucoup."
The cockatiel and the blue jay kind of chirp between each other, and it's just a really pretty thing of songbirds chirping at each other. And both of them look up at Maya, "Merci beaucoup," and then go. Then they're out the door. They're just like, choop choop, out. And it's cute because they're like really happy about it, so they're like just kind of, you know how they like hop, the birds hop.
Yeah, oh my god, they're like, oh god, that's fucking cute.
I love those two. Those also have names.
I love birds.
So at that point, Dusk leaves again, and Miss Petunia decides, you know what, she is not going to interfere with this anymore because she's already gotten enough talking to Maya earlier. Got an earful about that. So she just kind of puts her hands together. Well, it's so wonderful to see everyone just ready for the menagerie.
So was Miss Petunia the one who sent out the letters?
No, that's
Or like
Keller.
how did this like whole thing come to be? Because I'm kind of wondering.
Okay, so what happened today was y'all went over to the graveyard, fought something, went past the graveyard, investigated where Dorian took his picnic, came back, somehow managed to end up right where Keller originally brought you in a couple days ago. And then y'all went to bed, woke back up, and headed off to check out the manor. At that
Literally,
point,
in my case.
yeah. At that point, y'all got intercepted by Petunia.
Well, everyone but Maya, who was not with the group
Everyone but
apparently.
Maya was intercepted by Miss Petunia. And as far as anyone's concerned, all that happened was she's now taking you guys to the menagerie. Or at least dressed you up for it.
Okay, and I have one last question. When you said, yeah, got an earful for that, did Keller give Miss Petunia an earful, or were you talking about Miss Petunia giving them an earful?
She got a talking to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that must have been like slightly embarrassing to just like, do you know who that was?
Yeah, that's why she's like, I'm not going to talk to this person.
She's like, fuck, I fucked up. Which is the funniest thing fucking ever.
So, after that, Miss Petunia turns to Mercer. Now, shall I be calling ahead for you all? I'm sure the Humboldts would love to see your exotic company.
So, like, the moment that Miss Petunia was not looking at Mercer, his expression went from, like, an attempt at a smile to just, dear God, please kill me. But the instant she turns back to him, he puts on, like, a gentlemanly smile again. You know, like, just puts on the whole high society act once again. And goes, oh, that'd be lovely, miss. Thank you. I'm sure that it would make our arrival much smoother.
Perfect, perfect. Now, tut tut, I have things to attend to. The menagerie won't build itself. And she just kind of ushers you, kind of like a shoo shoo kind of ushering. Yeah, it's been almost 3 days. I'd say that. Yeah, sure, let's call it attuned already.
I mean, you said the shirt was.
Yeah, the shirt was easier, though.
There.
Yeah, it's been something like almost 3 days, yeah. So, yeah, it's, already attuned to you, so you can change it as you like. They got dressed for it. Oh boy,
Oh
did they
yeah.
get dressed.
That's why I'm like, you need to get in on this.
So is Miss Petunia just gonna leave and the birds are gonna continue then?
Well, no, she kind of, sort of, just kind of kicks you guys out.
Okay, then yeah, Maya's gonna go put on her fancy dress that changes to whatever. Because that's way easier than getting styled. She just looks at what everyone else is wearing and is like, okay. So she's gonna head back to the. Does she have to be wearing it for it to be attuned to her?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's already wearing it, so she's gonna just gonna do that. Well, hold on, I'll draw something really quick. Jesus.
So I
So,
guess we go to this menagerie thing now.
yep, she gave you your clue that the Humboldts would be at the menagerie. But now that you all look so nice and you're in the accompaniment of Mercer and Maya, you guys have not been impeded while you walked around the noble estates. He's human, so he does get that leeway.
Yeah, he's also not a noble, but he knows how to act in high society. At least somewhat.
He's city folk.
Exactly.
Helio barely knows how to act in society, let alone high society.
It's true.
Mercer's just a fancy city boy.
So I guess we go to this thing.
Yep. So you guys are kind of like just meandering through the noble estates, kind of sort of getting lost a little bit. Um, as a side note, Helio, dressed up as you are, it would be more traditional on your end, so you would actually look like you reflect your station. So you could potentially get away with walking by yourself here. Maya, you definitely could get away with walking by yourself. Mercer, you can definitely get away with walking by yourself. It would be Luciano, Zosa, and Cole who would not be able to walk by themselves here. That being said, y'all
Lovely.
still stick out like a sore fucking thumb. And there are people that do look at y'all like, what the hell is this? And then, it's almost like, oh yeah, the menagerie's in town. Okay. So, you guys
Isn't
are...
the menagerie
Were we not given directions by this
animals?
lady?
Okay, no, you weren't given directions, and what were you saying, Rose?
Isn't a menagerie a display of like wild exotic animals?
That would be what a menagerie is.
Calling it now, we're gonna get put in cages.
So they see all you guys and like, oh yeah, the menagerie's in town. Okay, yeah, whatever, moving on. So it's good seeing you all accompanied by a human and nobility. Eventually you can see more and more like people nicely dressed gathered around towards the manor. So you know that you're deeper and deeper into the estates if you didn't know that already, just because duh. But you're getting closer and there's a little bit more of a commotion as you're getting closer to the Humboldt Manor. And in a big, like, plaza in front of it is like these I wouldn't say tents or anything like that, but more like hmm what what's the word for it?
Pavilion?
Canopies?
Canopies, thank you. There's these big white canopies with silver and gold lacing on it, and underneath there's more like non-humans dressed up, like just kind of crazily type of thing. And you see Dusk walking between each of them, kind of like taking account of everybody who's there, and you can see him writing on a little clipboard. Every time he passes a noble, he'll go by and check something off or write something down. Um, and when he sees you guys, he just kind of bows his head a little bit. With the way his cloak is on, you can't really tell that's a Kenku under there. It's just a really short person in a cloak with feathers on it. um, as you guys walk in, there's just little groups of nobles kind of talking amongst each other underneath these canopies, and it's just beautiful. Okay, it's almost like it's a very high end festival. There's even other Kenku and halflings coming by with refreshments, and occasionally a couple of nobles, or like a couple, or maybe a small group, or two girls talking to each other. It just little groups of people would come by and like kind of talk amongst themselves as they walk by. Oh, did you see that Goliath? Oh, he's so strapping. I say that's quite a good look on their tiefling. Which one? The pink one's quite lovely. I don't know, I like that purple one. When did they get a flower boy? What do you mean, flower boy? The purple one. That's a tiefling. No, the other purple one. Just all sorts of conversations like this. And I'd say you guys spent maybe half an hour, 45 minutes just listening to gossip before you hear somebody take their. It's like somebody took the goblet and tapped a knife against the goblet, like you would at weddings to ask them to kiss, that kind of thing.
In order to draw attention, yeah, of course.
Yes. And down the pathway, you can see the manor. And the manor in front of it is just a giant kind of a shrubbery, a hedge. You can tell it leads into some sort of maze, some kind of hedge maze. Then the big gate for the. Sorry, now I have something in my throat. This big gate for the manor, and the gate opens up, and out of the manor comes this big, beautiful carriage. This big, beautiful carriage drawn by these two dark draft horses. They're huge horses. These things could, like, eat you if they wanted to. Dark as midnight. They even have, like, gems and stuff braided into their mane so that it almost looks like it's stars on midnight. And this carriage comes around, and drives up and down around the pavilion and makes a stop. And out come this beautiful woman, absolutely beautiful. She has this long flowing gown on. Imagine it almost like you were looking at an angel. And out the other side is a man who is super tall, very fair looking face, blonde hair down to his butt. Very, very fair, very straight hair, that's for sure. And he's built. He is so built. He had on
Who's
him
built?
this man, this gentleman.
Okay.
Ah, shit. I need to pull up this one thing. Hold on. Sorry, I need to find this paper. Okay, so here you go. So this gentleman is dressed to the nines in one of the nicest looking suits you've seen. It's white and gold. And the woman's gown is white and silver with gold accents to it. A kobold that was driving the carriage steps down off of the carriage and clears his throat. And now I present Lord and Lady Humboldt. And other nobles around just start clapping. And the Humboldts come down and walk around amongst the crowd, just kind of chit-chatting here and there. And that you can tell that these people have money. They have all of the money. They could buy you on a whim. These are the people in charge.
Interesting.
Does anyone want to do anything while they watch the Lord and Lady Humboldt interact with people?
Well, we'll have
Maya
to
right now is
probably
just sort of. Wait, someone else was.
go ahead.
You.
Oh, I was just gonna say it'd probably be best to wait until they made their way a little closer before introducing ourselves.
Maya is gonna socialize with people. Not too far from the group, mind you.
Okay, you go off and socialize, and it's not so much that they're untrustworthy or anything like that. but the nobles that you first start talking to are a little bit like, "Why are you talking to me?" And then it's like, "Oh, you're another noble. My bad." That kind of thing.
It's like, oh. At first she was excited to see this and see everything it had to offer, but right now she's just like, because like even in most human towns they don't act like this, so she's just like, oh, it was a mistake making that.
So yeah, I suppose once the Humboldts get closer, we'll take the opportunity to introduce ourselves.
All right. They're just going to start making their way around, doing their pleasantries. Um, while you guys are talking to each other amongst yourselves, it's maybe a good 10 minutes, 20 minutes before they actually do make it around to you guys. Because even though you're not far away, they do have to sit there and chat. And by the time they get to you guys, the woman already has a glazed look on her face. She
That's
doesn't want to be here. Neither one of them want to be here. She's just, I don't want to be here. And then the guy's like, I have to do this. They do look a little tired, though.
Yeah, Luciano's going to be like at his most charming and just kindly introduce himself.
Of course, the woman goes first in her introductions. Hello, I don't think I've met you all before. Are you new?
Yes, we're travelers visiting town. It is a pleasure and honor to meet you.
Why, the pleasure's all mine. And she does like a little curtsy. Only this close do you realize that she's actually a little bit paler on the paler side, not just because she's white, but because she doesn't look as glowingly radiant as you'd expect someone who lives so cushy to be.
Luciano's going to be, making small talk, introducing himself, but also may I roll insight on this just to see what sort of people they are?
Sure, you can go ahead and try to discern things from them. Um, as things are going about, though, the woman bows a little bit, and she. Wow, my throat's actually hurting now. She bows and smiles. Oh, greetings to our wonderful town, if you will. I am Melissa Humboldt, and this is my husband, Adello. And the man kind of just like, just kind of quick little grunt. Just kind of saying hello.
Helio's going to speak up and say, it's nice to meet you both. My name is Heliotropus Clepius.
Maya is. Sorry, my internet's kind of laggy.
You're good. Go ahead.
Okay, Maya, I assume, has like reconvened with her group after chatting a bit because she got annoyed of the, oh, hello, and they're like, and she's just like internally, just like, where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. just, you get what I mean. Just, hello, darkness, my old friend. She normally doesn't care too much about her station, but it's the fact that they like act so weird before they acknowledge her. I don't know, like something that's not stuck to the bottom of their shoe. Anyway, she's going to curtsy in the fancy noble way that she does. And she just says, Enchanté, my name is Maya Hatsuro. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Pleasure to meet you. Um. M- uh. Melissa kind of just like slaps Adello on the shoulder, like kind of giving the this, come on, pay the fuck attention kind of face to him. And he just kind of looks at her and she smiles, like that sickling sweet smile that says, I don't want to be here anymore. Please, let's continue. And Adello just kind of does like a half bow to everyone and moves on. And perception roll from Luciano and Maya. An insight from Mercer, and sorry, Helio, you don't got anything on this.
Aww.
Actually, no, an insight from you too. You live near Arundel. Okay, so pretty much just Maya. Um,
I haven't rolled yet. Sorry.
okay. Actually, no, it'd be Luciano too. It's a 16.
All right. That was 14.
For once, I
Perfect.
got something that was not terrible.
Okay, so the two tieflings actually recognize something's a little off about Adello. Not only are they two very pale-looking people, um, but Adello looks... You can't quite put your finger on it. He just doesn't look like he belongs there. Um, he's very ashen and pale. You don't know if that's just because of his skin color, if he's sick, or what, but he...
Necromancy!
I mean, if you like, you can do an religion to see if there's any necromancy going on.
I'm gonna do that. Give me.
I was actually going to ask if, at a glance, Joe could do a medicine check to see if he noticed anything, like just besides the fact that they're so pale.
Let me... That man is certainly alive. Yes, he is. No, you can't.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, give me just a second. Okay. Um. So yeah, the guy is not being controlled by any sort of necromantic energies. You can't tell there's any necromantic energies. In fact, it doesn't exactly feel like any kind of energies. The guy's a dude.
He is indeed a dude.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're getting to meet the Big Lebowski.
He is not that kind of dude.
A dude, not the dude.
Yeah, he's just a guy. Sorry to dash your hopes and dreams. But they, make their acquaintances and everything and move on. Eventually, they say hello to all the groups of nobles and everything around, and they spend just a little bit longer chit chatting, and not long after that, so maybe 2 hours in total, I think they're there. They leave back in their carriage, back up to the manor.
They're stealing people's life energy!
I don't know, but not only do they leave the manor, but this is where we're gonna have to end this session.
Damn.
Interesting.
Yeah, so what are you guys thinking?
I
This is
have a
some
theory.
fucking nonsense.
I also have a theory. It's
My
probably
theory is
wrong.
that it's very much like Shiki.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, it's
Shakaba.
a really good anime. Look it up.
My guess is vampires.
Which is what that anime is about, actually. It's
Oh, really?
about vampires. Yeah, actually, okay, I'll give you a quick summary. Basically, there's this small town in the middle of nowhere, and this rich family moves in, and they're vampires, and then everyone in town starts getting sick and dying. But wait, then they come back.
Oh, wait, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who might want to watch it, but like the one where the thing happens and you're like, what the fuck?
Probably.
That was
It's pretty neat.
that was like not specific in any way.
Yeah, right?
If you've seen it, I assume you'd know what I'm talking about if it's the correct one.
Maybe.
That
There's a lot
was
of things
really vague.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things that happen in that series that are very what the fuck. It's the one with the little vampire girl.
Alright, so I am going to cut the recording now.